Hey Josh, I just thought I'd give you a quick walkthrough of what's going on here. So this right here is the bolt that you loosen in order to rotate this cam. There's a big hole in it. You stick like an Allen wrench or another rod in it, and you can crank on that over to put tension on this belt. And when you have enough tension on it, you should be able to turn it 30 degrees on the long side. That's the tension spec they give you. It's kind of loosey-goosey, but if you can twist it 30 degrees, that's what you're aiming for. So you pull it over with one hand and then lock the bolt down with the other, and that locks the tension on this. Underneath here, you've got one way of tensioning the main belt, and that is two of the bolts holding it in place are stationary. One's got a little bit of sliding to it, and so with that one loose, you can set the initial tension using this pulley down here. So you want the pulley bolt to be loose. So use the bolt on the end there to tension it until the long belt that's down in here, you should be able to twist it 30 to 45 degrees. 30 degrees is ideal. That's what they spec for. Once it's tight enough, then you go ahead and tighten this bolt down so that's secure, and then you use this and you can kind of push down on it and tighten that last bolt, and that secures the tension on the main serpentine belt. Now, in terms of the connector pieces, there should be a big 90-degree piece that comes to the inlet of the supercharger. There is this weird crooked 90-degree piece. Some of them are straight 90 and some of them are bent over sideways. The bent one is the one that's specific to the Corrado. So you can see it comes off of the supercharger, it kind of makes an S bend and then a 90-degree, and that's what gets you around the shock tower here. But if you have a regular 90, you can still go off in the right direction. There's this other 90, the hard piece here, that you can see it kicks it off totally in the wrong orientation to connect with the Corrado part. So that's where you need this extra silicone 3-inch boost coupling to connect from here to there. So we've got regular 3-inch here, throttle body to the hard piece, 3-inch, or actually it's like a 2.5-inch here, supercharger to the hard piece, and then this is 3-inch. And when I was trimming mine, I trimmed it a little too short, so I ended up having to add just a little section in the middle just to get me by. Now that I know how long I need it, I'm gonna buy another piece and replace that whole section with one so that I don't have an extra spot where I could get a boost leak. Off the back of here, that's where the idle stabilizer valve would tee into. So that just comes off of your ISV and feeds right in there. I've got my oil catch can coming off of the breather. So it's ducking off, going around back to the catch can I stuck over by my brake system. And then that loops all the way back around and comes to the inlet of the supercharger. So that's where that goes. And then I've got a few different 3-inch pieces that I connected, and I extended the mass airflow sensor wiring. So the mass airflow sensor is down inside the fender there with the air filter. So one of the things you have to look out for is to make sure that it does not rub on the inner fender well there. And before I put this all together, I was going to put some of this U-bend protective stuff. It's the same stuff that goes on like a door. So I've got this door edge protector. It just crimps on and it's rubber. You're supposed to put that around that hole as well to keep it from rubbing into your intake. So anyway, hope that helps you out, and let me know how things are going.